Hi there. Welcome back to 30 Minutes of My Day. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. I feel like I've been absent for a while. I know a few weeks ago I said that I was going to be working on my taxes. And yeah, well, I kind of didn't. And now I actually honestly really am working on them. I made a mistake yesterday. Let me sort while I talk. I made a mistake yesterday because I decided yesterday I'm going to get this done, and I've set up a table in my bedroom, and so that it can be a dedicated tax paper area. And I sat myself down at it, and I literally worked all day. I took a little break for lunch, got back to work, and you know what? It was such a downer. I was so unhappy by the end of the day. And trust me, I know that I have a very, very nice life, that I can choose what I do during my day. And taxes is not one of them. Necessary evil, death and taxes, right? Anyhow, what am I working on here? I needed something. I know what I needed. I needed to set my timer. Now I'm going to adjust my camera just a tiny bit, or else I'm worried that I'm going to end up working down on the lower half of the screen here. And of course that's always helpful, isn't it? When you can't see what the person is doing. Yeah, so I spent all day doing taxes yesterday, and you know what? There's no need for that. And I decided today I will split it up, and that I will have happy time, which is here. And then I will do cranky time, which is down the hall. And then I'll come back and finish my day up with some happy time. So what I'm doing here is I'm slowly plodding through, working through the ladies. And I have the text block ready for, who's this? This is Meryl. And her text block is ready. It's not finished. I have detail work and I want to have some fun in there. But for the most part, her pages are pressed, and whatever I want sewn is sewn. So there's that. There's the cool little spreads that we made together. That turned out nice. I'm happy with it. Here is, oh, you don't you do that. That little tip tried to bend. There we go. That's the envelope that I made out of a sheet from a bird book. I have a book on birds of paradise. So I will have to, you know what, let's do it right now. I was going to say, I need to do a tutorial on that. There's really no tutorial to do. I'll show you what I did. I got myself some paper. I opened up an envelope that was the size I wanted, that I would usually use. This is a size that I like. And I literally carefully opened up the envelope. I spread it out on this blue piece of paper, and I drew around the edges, and then I drew in the lines where the folding would be, and I've just written on it envelope template. And I just use this, and I plop it down on the right size of paper. I draw around it in pencil, and then I cut it carefully. And if I folded this, it's this. So it's very simple. Find yourself even a couple of envelopes in your stash. Carefully open them up. Like when I say carefully, I didn't soak them in water, which you can do. I just simply used like a craft blade and just carefully opened up those glued seams so that it was a flat piece of paper. And I drew around the edges onto a blank piece of paper, cut it out, and I keep it at the side of my desk here, envelope template. And that's how I did it. So I don't have one of those envelope punch boards, which would be nice, and maybe someday I'll have one, but for now that works. And then when I think about it, that's actually easier storage-wise because it's just a sheet of paper. and I don't have to worry about storing a punch board. So what I'm doing now is, because I overwhelmed myself with all four big books. There's the fish. Oh, I love the fish. So I decided my plan of action was to finish one the way I basically liked it, get it sewn together, and then use it to follow along on the subsequent books. So this bundle here is going to be the text block for Frida. Thank goodness for these tiny little post-it note things. I don't know how I would keep my various books that are on the go sorted without tiny post-it notes. And fortunately, those are the ones that people seem to get rid of. And I find them in like sandwich bags at my thrift store all the time. So what I've been doing is the pages, except for the very front page, in the rest of the books, the pages are either the same or similar, same amount, but they're not necessarily in the same order because I was just sort of stuffing all together. So what I'm doing is I'm using this to slowly go through these and make sure that they're even Steven. So for example, in Merrill here, on the first strong page that could handle sewing, I put some lace, sewed it down there. I'm using black thread this time I know it's not a steampunk. This is absolutely not steampunk. But it's sort of a little gentle combination of grungy and steampunk, just a touch of it. So anyhow, so what I did on this side, oh, let me remove this, is on the first page that was strong enough to take sewing, I sewed on the same lace. I did something with the lace that I've done before on other books. I used a wide lace, and actually this is the end of it. The ladies are the last ones. This will just go into my little tiny scrap bundle. I used a wide lace like this, and then I cut it up, and it gives me more bang for my buck, because sometimes wide laces, I don't use them as often as I use my thinner lace. But when I can make that into thin lace, so what I've done is I've cut off the sides. This is already one of the sides. Here's the other side. And here is what would have been that little center panel. And that gives me 3 pieces of lace. And so what I'm doing is, this doesn't work very well with knit or crocheted lace because you'll have all those open loops that you've cut open and they could unravel. This is, I think it sure feels like cotton, and it tea-dyed like cotton. It does it beautifully. So no worries there. And then what I did with this center panel is, because I want all the ladies to have a bulldog clip, is I have tied it onto the bulldog clips that we rusted the other day, and it's all sealed. Oh, it sealed itself closed. Come on, bulldog. That can happen. There we go. Now it's good. So, and that will be going somewhere in the book, and it's just got that cute little lace there. So what I'm doing, let me move this back out of the way. I've already cut the rest of the pieces. They're ready to go. I just have to sew them in for the other ladies. So see what I mean? It's not, I've been kind of missing in action because what I'm doing right now is extremely repetitive. So when I looked through this first signature in Merrill, I had that lace, so I did that lace. And then what else did she have? Because you got to do the sewing first. I sewed in this little, I think it's like a place card holder for maybe when ladies used to have tea, like my mom used to have the UCW, the United Church Women. The UCW would come over for tea once a year. All the ladies would take turns hosting the once a month tea. So once a year, my mom would have the UCW over for tea. And I bet that would be like a placeholder for the tea. And I've done that. So that placeholder is in and sewn. I've been having fun doing the bundled thread the way Shinuki Art. I learned that on Shinuki Art. She's wonderful. I love her style. So this one is ready to go. So we're going to now work on the second signature, and I'm going to make sure that I have everything in the second signature that needs to go in. I'm just going to put one paper clip on for now, just to hold them together. It's going to need to be there anyways. Maybe I'll put the both on, because the next time I'm dealing with this will be when I'm punching holes and getting ready to sew. All right, so I'm going to put that aside. So here we are. Signature 2. See what I mean? How these are so handy. I can just immediately find it and go to it. So I am going to go through and find what I've got. Now I just want to make sure that somewhere in the book I have got a torn piece of Amazon packaging. Thank you to You Know Who You Are for suggesting Amazon packaging. And I just want to make sure I've got it in the book, and if not, I'm going to put it in now. So unfortunately, again, not terribly exciting while I leaf through books looking for Amazon packaging. But it'll be in here. Yep, it's in there. Okay. So what I've got here is I made a tag from a tea-dyed index card. So I'm going to go get it. Okay. I'm just going to make all the rest of the tabs right now. These are handy to... Wrong one. See. These are handy to have. These are one of those things, this tab punch. Treat yourself to one if you've got, if it's 50% off day. By all means, treat yourself to one. Up here where I live, they're ridiculously expensive. So, yeah, I wait till my Michaels is on sale, or in better times when I can go over the border to Buffalo. And, and get myself the little things that are like a treat. Oh, that was close. I almost punched it the wrong way. I'm just getting them done for the others, and I'm going to throw them in their baskets. So when it comes time to do this for the others, I'm ready to go. Ah. There we go. We've been having some spring weather. There are robins everywhere. Robin's trying to have baths, so we had to, I say we, my husband. He's the sweetheart when it comes to our yard and making sure that our yard is friendly for all the critters that come to visit. Sorry, I had to get another one. So the bird bath had to get washed out, and it's been in big demand. Out there. Less Juncos, so I guess the boys have headed north. My favorite little winter bird that we get here is a junco. And it's a dark gray and white, tiny little bird. They are so tenacious, so feisty, and they just warm my heart. They're ground feeders, so they prefer their seeds to be on a flat surface. And then they hop around, and if there's snow on top, they do this little, I call it the junco cha-cha-cha, and they kick the snow out of the way to find the seeds that's underneath the layer of snow. Honest to goodness, it's so heartwarming. The only thing I don't like about this punch, and I don't understand why the designer did it, is the top isn't rounded, and it drives me nuts. So I always round it because, you know, I'm that way. Anyhow, the little juncos like cold weather, but they don't like it too cold. So they usually live far north of me, way up in the north of Canada. I am down near the southern part of Canada. And especially the tip of Ontario where I live comes down. Anyhow, they like north, they like cold, but in the winter they don't like it too cold, so they come down to us here in the winter. But once it starts getting too warm here, snow is gone, too warm, they'll head back up to the way further north. But apparently the boys go up there first because they like to claim their territory, get some nice space, and that way when the ladies arrive, the boys can all say, hey, what about me over here? I got a nice piece of land. And then they all, you know, pair up and start making little juncos. But they're such a cute little bird. Anyhow, so fewer juncos. I suspect the boys have left for the summer home. And the ladies will be joining them later. There you go. Lots of robins. I'm just going to darken up that raw edge. Get these ready. Now let me separate these. So I glued and then sewed this on in a way so that it's also a tuck spot. So it can be written on or collaged on, and it's also a tuck spot on both sides. Let me move this so I can show you. Hold on. So if I turn it over, it's the same thing on the other side. So I like that. Those are done. May as well do these while I'm here. Well, they've lifted a lot of our COVID protocols and mandates, and boy, it's going to take some getting used to. Seeing people without masks. I've got to say, the area that I live in, everyone's been very good and very cooperative about taking care of each other, wearing their masks. I think for a while. So, and I haven't been out since it got started. So I guess we'll see. I'm just going to get these ready, but put them away. I know I said that. Catherine, quit being repetitive. One. Oh my goodness, you guys. I cleaned out, I couldn't stand it anymore. I cleaned out my two really nasty looking, this one's nastier looking than this one, art glitter bottles, art glitter glue bottles. Because it's as if both tips have finally decided to say, no, I'm done, I'm retiring, I'm done. Because they're just getting constantly clogged, constantly falling off, like mid-gluing. Just really, really frustrating. And I thought, well, maybe they just need a super clean out. Well, boy, did I clean them out. First of all, I could feel that there was buildup on the inside of the silver part, which is removable. And so I tried poking it out first. It wasn't budging, and I could feel it with the pin. So then I thought, all right, well, you're a water-based glue. So I got out a little bowl, filled it with really super hot water, and threw them in the bowl and just let them soak for a while. And then I went at it with pins. I used pins. I used a poke tool. I needed tweezers at one point. Seriously, here at my desk, I wish I had my camera going, because it was like the junk journal episode of Dr. Pimple Popper meets the guy on TikTok who pulls out earwax plugs. It was like that. I couldn't believe what kept coming out of this tiny thing. And part of it was even orange, because I don't know if you recall way back when I was using the wrong pin inside it, and it would rust overnight every night and the glue would turn orange. Well, there was still some built up old dried orange glue in there. I finally was able with the tweezers to haul out. Oh my goodness. So they're thoroughly cleaned out, and you know what? They're still acting up. So I decided I can't take it anymore, and I've ordered one of those tips that Nancy got the other day. One of those So Soft. It's a paint tip, but she was very clever and thought, this looks like it would fit my glue bottle, and it does, and it's wonderful. So I've ordered one. It arrives tomorrow. All right, so number 2, I need I'm going to put that on. Now, is number 2 on the front of it? No, I put it inside a bit. Let's see where I've got a sturdy one. Do I like you? Or do I want it on this plain page? You know what? I don't mind that layering. But on the other hand, I don't want it to bother this. This page is over 100 years old. This tiny little page. I think I'm going to put it on the music composition paper. Speak of the devil, let's see how it's behaving itself today. It's like a temperamental friend, you know? We've all got one of those that you're never sure what mood they're going to be in. Feel them out first thing in the morning and see if today's going to be a cooperative day. All right, so what I did was I glued it down first here. Okay, you're cooperating. Thank you. So I glued them together like so. This is the end that matters that they meet, because this end, either side, is not going to be visible because there's going to be a page in between. So it's going to go on like that, up there. So now I got to remember how I did it. I think what I did was I got it in place, and then I just simply went right down in there into there and did a little bit of glue because it's going to get sewn down. So put it into place, give a little pinch, and just making sure that the lines from the index card are going north-south and not slightly askew. And then I'm just going to do it on this side as well. Just down in there a little bit. All right. Which one? I want you. Oh, come on. Thank you. This took so long to separate all those colors into the little things. I dread if I ever drop it. Because, of course, the OCD in me, I'd have to separate them all again. All right, I'm going to go sew. I'll be back in a jiffy. Okay. So I can easily see here that I am just crowding myself in. And when I'm done, done with this, I'm going to have to clean off my desk. I can't work like this. I'm down to, what, about 8 square inches here. Anyhow, so you know the routine. Push down the paper and then choose which side if you want your threads to stay long and dramatic, which I usually do. Choose what side you want to poke it through to. Now, I can't remember what video it was on Shanuki Art where she taught how she does the bundling of the lace. Very easy. You can do it right while you are still threaded up. You don't have to cut your thread and sew a little bundle on. You simply lift your upper thread and make it into a little tangled mess. Just go over to her channel, Shanuki Art, SHANOUKI, Shanuki Art, and look through her videos. It's in the title, so you'll find it. How to do the tangled thread. I just love it, especially with a darker, bold color where it's really, really evident. Yeah, that's a little long. There we go. Oh, love it. All right, so you are done. What is next? Come here, Meryl. Oh, I made a little tag and did a tiny little collage. So this was a sticker. I believe I got it from Your Creative Studio. So I stuck it onto some leftover file folder, put in another eyelet, and sewed on a label that I made from my Tim Holtz series. So I guess I need to find those things. I have some ready-made. Oh, I already like that one. Let's use that one. And then this is what, this was from Your Creative Studio. So let's find one. Let's see which one we want to use. I'd like something with some color. Oh, I like that purple. Oh, I like that too. Dempsey Gibbons. Oh my. Oh, here. I want that with the ladies. Yeah. The ladies' dresses. Sorry, I'll hold it up in a second. Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, good. It's under there. Alrighty. So this is actually a sticker. And, oh, my goodness, time flies. What I'll be doing is, alright, I hear you. Can you? It's singing to me. So what I will be doing is, just to be safe side, gluing this down onto paper, doing a bit of a collage, making it into a tab, and I think I might put it down here. I like that because this is to give 10 cents off on a purchase, and it's as if that says receipt. Maybe the owner went over and bought the dress and wanted to keep the receipt from buying themselves a little dress. Oh, the Butterick Publishing Company. Butterick was always my favorite patterns for my body shape. I always knew that size 12 Butterick would fit me perfectly. I loved it. I would go right to when I was at the sewing store, right over to the Butterick catalogs and pick out a Butterick pattern. All right, well, I'm going to get on this, and so there was 30 minutes of my day. It flies by when I'm having fun with you. Thanks for joining me, and we'll get together very soon, possibly tomorrow. I can't make any promises because after I'm finished having fun here, I've got to go back to the tax table. Oh well, this too shall pass. Take care. Bye.